What's the pettiest way you've seen someone get back at a bossy supervisor? Back in 1996, I was on my very first deployment with a unique Air Force unit. We weren't the usual fix planes and go home type. We trained like the Army, convoy protocols, camouflage nets, foxholes, pulling our own security. We were designed to set up anywhere, even outside a base, and still function as a self-supporting unit. That summer, we convoyed for 2 full days to Denmark for a NATO partnership for peace exercise. Our radar team set up on a cliff overlooking the North Sea, and once the gear was running, we split into 2 12-hour shifts. I was on nights with my friend A and his girlfriend K. Now, if you've ever served, you know coffee isn't just a drink, it's survival fuel. In our radar shelter, 6 of us could kill 1.5 30-cup percolators every night. Black, strong, scalding. Think Jack Reacher level obsession. The problem? Kay and her partner on nights didn't drink coffee, not a drop. Her supervisor, Master Sergeant V, was the exact opposite. He lived on coffee, and he expected a fresh pot waiting for him every time he walked in. The first night, Kay didn't think about it, so when V arrived and saw an empty urn, he lit her up. "You better have coffee ready tomorrow." Kay didn't argue. She just said, "Yes, sir." But I could tell she wasn't thrilled. The second night, she decided to comply, maliciously. Instead of filling the percolator with the proper amount of grounds, she used the scoop for a little home drip machine. 30 cups of hot water later, what came out was basically brown tea. When V arrived, he barked, "There better be coffee this time." Kay nodded and walked out. He poured a cup, tasted it, and nearly threw the mug across the shelter. He had to wait 15 more minutes to brew it himself, pacing and growling the whole time. That day, he raged through half his shift, stomping around, telling everyone about his worthless night crew. The next afternoon, he cornered Kay again. "What's wrong with you? You don't know how to make coffee?" Kay shrugged. "We don't drink coffee, Sergeant. We don't know how to use a percolator that sent him into orbit." He screamed, stomped, and finally roared, "Figure it out!" before storming off. That's when I saw it. Kay's smile, not sarcastic, not nervous, a wide, dangerous grin. The kind of smile that told me she was about to enjoy herself. The following night, she filled the basket to the brim with grounds. When the brew was done, she unplugged it, carried it outside into the freezing North Sea air, and let it cool. Then, she poured the jet-black sludge back into the machine, filled the basket again, and started it over. She did this 4 times in between her light duties. By the end, the coffee looked like burnt motor oil. It smelled even worse. A and I lingered outside at shift change, pretending to be busy. We didn't want to miss the show. V stormed in and made a beeline for the percolator. "This better be stronger than yesterday." Kay just said, "It should be," and waited. V poured a cup. What came out was thicker than tar. He sniffed it, frowned, and took a sip, only to immediately spit it out all over the floor, the doorway, and his own camo uniform. The smell alone was enough to make you gag. "What the hell is this?" he roared, ripping open the percolator. The basket was so overstuffed with grounds it was practically overflowing. He accused them of wasting supplies, threatened to write them up, then ordered them out before he did something he'd regret. But the fun wasn't over. When he tried to dump the percolator, he fumbled it in his fury and dropped the whole thing. Coffee grounds and sludge everywhere. For the rest of that shift, he didn't say a word, not one, just glared at anyone who dared walk past. By the next day, he gave Kay one final order: don't ever make coffee again. At breakfast, she admitted she'd been ready to go even further. If he'd forced her to brew another pot, she planned to spike it with fiber laxative. She said it with that same grin that made me decide right then I never wanted to be on her bad side. The whole thing actually ended on a high note. By the time we wrapped up the exercise and had our farewell barbecue, V was laughing about it. Kay made sure to keep his beer stein full that night, and suddenly, all was forgiven. Still, I'll never forget that deployment, because it taught me a lesson. If you're going to bark orders, make sure the people following them actually care about what you're asking for. Otherwise, one day you just might end up choking on a cup of weaponized coffee.